Welcome, I'm SD Kelly. For my indoor garden space, I just used an ordinary clothing rack like this one. I found the shelves and the rods to be very useful for this project. I hung a piece of garden lattice that I found somebody throwing away in the trash. I attached it with zip ties onto the side. I ordered some grow lights from Amazon, and these I really like because they come with 4, but the timer on these will turn on and off daily for whatever hours I set them at. I set them for 12 in my case, but I think you can set them for 6 or 8 hours daily. And some of these, though, that you can order online will not turn back on the next day. You have to manually do it. So if you want to be able to leave town and stuff, these are definitely the ones to order. And I'll try to remember to put a link in the description below. I chose the zip ties to tie these on, but they also come with like some mounting strips. For my smaller plants that are waiting to be potted, and they're straight from the store, I put them in these 2 hanging baskets that I created from just some nylon rope and 2 baskets from Dollar Tree onto a hanger. My low light plants will do well on top of the rack or on the side. On one side of the rack, I hung a shoe organizer to put just various garden tools and items in here to keep it clutter-free. So far, I'm really happy with how the grow lights are working. However, my stinker butt cats decided to attack the plants on the bottom shelf, so I moved some of them outside since the weather is getting warmer. And I'm using this mostly for their catnip and other herbs that I like, and some plants that the cats won't be interested in, and for propagating succulents. For my outside container crops, I used laundry bags from Walmart for bird netting. You can get these in the laundry section for under $4. And I also used wooden stakes or these campfire skewers that you can get in the camping section at Walmart, and I just put them in the dirt and made them like a teepee structure with some ties at the top, and then just pulled the string tight at the top to keep everything in place. I also like how they have these straps that will work well when it comes to transporting my plants into the greenhouse this fall. I really like these wide open watering cans from Dollar Tree. I'll put them out on my back porch to collect rainwater. I like to use plastic containers that I can get from the Dollar Tree. I look for ones that are food grade plastic. The best kind are 2 and 5. However, 1, 2, 4, and 5 are good if you're going to be growing food in them. I just like to drill holes around the sides and then put rocks in there, leave them in the mesh bag. I get these from Dollar Tree as well. And then I may cut the mesh just to help them spread out a little bit more, but this creates a water reservoir in the bottom. I'm using a cotton wicking cord. This one's filthy because I used it before, but I'm just putting it in through the rocks, and this will help wick up the water from the reservoir to the plant. And I'm putting some charcoal in there to help reduce bacteria growth that could cause root rotting. I'm just using plain old general potting soil from Dollar General and sprinkling some diatomaceous earth on top to keep the critters and creepy crawlies out of my blueberry plants. Now I did add some peat moss to the soil to make it more acidic, which is what blueberries like. You want to keep your plant's pH requirements in mind. I'm taking some more of those wooden skewers and a plain laundry bag, and I'm just tying it around like this to protect my blueberries, which are self-pollinating. I am still able to water through the mesh, and this mesh will protect my blueberries from birds or other critters that might want to pick off at them. I'm using the Home Depot bucket in a similar manner as the blue waste basket. I've got my asparagus crowns planted in it, and I have sand in the bottom instead of rocks. And then I'm also using these Sterilite containers that are also a food grade plastic, and I'm using the lids as water reservoirs, and I've got strings in the bottom going up through holes to wick any excess rainwater that collects as needed into the plants. Here is a double pot method if you prefer that over using rocks or sand in the bottom. And I have a wicking string that goes up through the top pot into the dirt, and it goes into the bottom reservoir. I have this pop-up hamper that I keep my dresses hanging down in to prevent my cats from trying to climb them or to prevent them from rubbing up against them and getting cat hairs all over the bottom of my dresses. However, I had an extra one, so I cut out the wire hoops, and these were perfect circles once outside of the hamper, and I'm going to use these, I think, to make a sphere with fairy lights later on, but that's another video. The wooden skewers from Walmart were just a little too long for this mesh bag, so I had to break them in half, and I put the splintered ends down into the plants. These are my winter squash and carrot plants, and they've just recently started sprouting. I like to use these square buckets from Dollar Tree. Again, these are food grade plastic. And these are also some baskets from Family Dollar that I put some holes in that I could use to tie the baskets to my railing so my plants don't fall off of it. I also used a white Dollar Tree basket there. But I double layered the bottom baskets so I could take them out and inside when the winter comes. And then I also used a Dollar General planting pot here that's rectangular, but I did the double pot method. Here are some water bottles that I painted silver, and I made the reservoir with a shorter water bottle piece inside. Again, here's the double pot method. I used these pots from Dollar Tree. They match the one that's rectangular from Dollar General. And I put nylon rope through it that I also got from the Dollar Tree, and I used a hot knife to make holes in this. My favorite Dollar Tree garden DIY is this incense burner for outside incense, and I used a metal straw going through an upside down small terracotta pot into a larger one that catches the ash and also allows drainage of rainwater. Now it's time to start growing some plants that critters and rodents and snakes and other things you don't want in your plants actually hate the scent of. Garlic, any kind of onions, and marigolds come to mind first. I like these built-in water reservoir planters. I think they're called Saturn planters, and you can get these at the Dollar Tree. And these are great for just starting out these plants. I'm adding the charcoal to prevent root rotting. At least I hope it will. Truth be told, I don't space my seeds like I'm supposed to, or like they say you're supposed to. I just throw them in there. And marigolds are pretty much self-thinning anyway, and a lot of times these plants will be just like survival of the fittest, and I don't believe in wasting space if I don't have to, but I'll remove the bigger, healthier, stronger looking ones and let the smaller ones get a chance to thrive when it comes time. I'm putting the empty seed packets inside this Dollar Tree mesh basket with the mesh waste basket over it. The seed packets just so I don't have to remember what the plants are when I finally get around to labeling them. I like using these mesh baskets as another way to protect my plants. Well, I hope you found these budget-friendly gardening DIYs useful, and if you want to see other things that I come up with that I don't have videos for, follow me on Instagram. My name there is Saggy-Cat, after a sweet cat named Sagittarius. Thank you for watching. Bye!